Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we've got another Enermax. It's the TB Vegas Duo. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Duo, what does that mean? Well, what it means is this is back in the day before there were RGB and ARGB fans that were available for the general public at even a reasonable price. And so this one has two sets of LEDs that are powered by the same cable that is used by the fan itself. And these are blue and red. Additionally, this fan offers 11 modes for those lights. And you'll see what that looks like. The fan does come with an adapter so that you can connect this to your power supply so it'll run at maximum speed at all times, as well as there are a couple of things that you need to, well, not a couple, more than a couple, really. A few more things that I want to really show you about this. First of all, it's a 3-pin connector, and this is for switching the lighting mode, this little button here, and there's an adhesive pad that comes with this that you can use to stick this wherever is going to be convenient for you. And then this little potentiometer for adjusting the fan speed that also has an adhesive pad for it. So that's nice. Another interesting thing about this is you get silicone, at least I think they're silicone, mounting pins. And finally, there are two more things that I wanted to point out. The backs of the blades, I don't know how well you can see that or if you can see that, but this side here, if you look at this blade, you can possibly notice that it looks a bit different, and that's because there's reflective material on right over here. It's really hard to show this, but you can see it a little bit better that way. All right, so, and then finally, if you go like this, well, you're supposed to be able to do that. Now, is this something that is something you want to do on a regular basis? Probably not, because every time you open up, and that's held in place with a magnet, as well as at the end of the shaft for the impeller, there's a knob that fits into a some kind of, I don't know what the technical word is for, but it's a retainer that kind of forms a socket, a joint. So it's kind of like your shoulder, for example, but doesn't have this range of movement. It's just to hold that impeller shaft in place at the base of the bearing. So you don't want to have this open often, because that allows the potential for you to introduce dust and other contaminants in there, which is going to mess up the bearing over time. Also, the point of being able to remove these, and I have a certain number of other fans. I can't remember how many. I'm going to actually have to go through this eventually to find all the ones that have removable blades. Is to be able to clean the impeller like that. Well, then it can be significant. So, yeah. So let me show you again the fan. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing going. You can see all the modes and everything. And you can plug it in again to the PSU if that's what you want to do. It'll run at maximum speed as usual. There we go. I finally found the off button. I mean the off mode. All right, so number one, it's just solid blue. Now we'll give it a second just to make sure it isn't going to switch by itself to red. Okay. And then just solid red. And then both, which can maybe from a distance would give, if you're far enough away, you might get the illusion that it is purple. I don't know. I don't know how far away I'd have to be. I see kind of an illusion of purple around the hub, but I don't think the light waves are going to ever. Well, that's really interesting. When I look at it, the blue looks like it's one or maybe two lines of light, But with the red, I see like two or three lines of light. I know it's just an illusion because there's only one LED each of the colors. But yeah, so there's that. And wow! Oh my gosh! I didn't. That is not what I see. It's very, very subdued when I look at this side. But if you look at this side, I don't know. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This very intense, three-dimensional kind of illusion effect. Because I don't know that. Please tell me in the comments. Are you seeing a major illusion of light and color, like a super infinity mirror? Because I want to know. Please tell me. All right, so let's go back to, and apparently somehow this controller must, the controller for this thing must actually store in some kind of a non-volatile memory which setting you left it on from the previous time, because it didn't start at the first one. All right, so there's that, which looks like that. Not as impressive, but, and then there's that, of course. And then there's that. I don't know if you like the crispness of this side or the blurriness of this side, but it is more of a three-dimensional illusion. And then there's that. Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm actually really fascinated by that. And I don't really care for lighting. Now the red. Man. All right, red and blue. And there's that. And that's it. So that's all the colors. And I'm just going to put it back on red and blue because I like seeing that. I like that. That would be where this fan would be all the freaking time because of those. What is that? I think that's like 18 of each color, if I remember correctly. Now I am feeling some vibrations I should not be feeling from this fan. Yeah, I'm not excited about that. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, let's go ahead and listen now that I'm done being ranting and being fascinated by the lights. Interesting. The blue lights went off way before the red lights. So I don't know if that's a feature of the circuitry or if just blue lights need more electricity. And now the red lights are off. Ooh. Wow, this one goes really, really low. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right there. And at this point, I can hear some rubbing from the bearings. I think I just heard a very, very brief harmonic resonance. Yeah, there is one. Another one. Another one. Again. 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 So unfortunately, at maximum RPMs, there is a harmonic resonance. It's not particularly loud, but if you are sensitive to noise, and it's like in the mid-range, it's not a high-range one, this might irritate you. And yeah, unfortunately. The frame, if you can't tell, is actually translucent. It's not opaque. So again, I find that side so fascinating. I'm tempted to put this in my computer just so I can, if I'm bored, have nothing to do, which is never. I'll just sit there, looking at it. I don't do drugs or anything like that. But the problem is it looks better on the screen than it does in person. So, in person, the intensity of the illusion is there, especially around the edges. But as it goes, it's more like an infinity mirror illusion, because once it gets, beyond a certain number of millimeters, then it becomes very faint. And then as you get close to the hub, within a few millimeters of the hub, it becomes a bit stronger. Not as strong as around the edge where the lights are, but it does intensify a bit because, of course, the lights are coming together more. There's more concentration, illusorily, because of the reflection. Yeah. So please like, subscribe, and share. It doesn't cost you anything. And so even if you don't want to donate through my Patreon channel, or whatever you want to call it, you can still help me out in a passive way by just bringing my channel to the attention of more people, which I really need that help. And let's take a look at the specs. All right, I wasn't sure if I had the potentiometer for the speed control all the way on, so let's just double check, and I'm going to put this all the way to maximum just to make sure about my previous statement that it's 3 millimeters of water, which I did too hastily. And it was on maximum, so that's good. However, I am not feeling 3 millimeters. I'm feeling 2 millimeters. It's about right, about there. And it does cone like that. Oh my gosh, you can't even see my hand. It cones, so I can't get it higher. There we go. It cones like that. So yeah, it's about 2 millimeters of water of static pressure. Sorry about that. The Enermax, and I am still pissed off at Enermax for not giving me the rebate for the Max Flow that I bought last Black Friday from Newegg. The rebate was coming from Enermax. I applied for it, never got it. They do not respond to my emails, and it really pisses me off. Because, between them and MSI, not. And I have talked to MSI multiple times, and they keep on saying, oh, we're sending it. And no, it's still not in my mailbox. So, yeah. Anyways, Enermax TV Vegas Duo, blue and red, is UCTVD12A. It's a $15.50 fan. So, if you like the light effect that you saw, or effects, I should say, grab one of these, grab two of these, grab three of these, because, I don't want to promote Enermax after all, because they haven't given me my rebate, but at the same time, if you like it, then go buy it. It's up to you. Made in China, 120 by 25 millimeters, 100,000 hours of life. In America, that's 1 year. In the EU, it's probably like 2 years, but I couldn't find the actual information on the EU warranty period. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. There are 18 blue and 18 red LEDs, 11 mode button, 130 grams, 7 blades, 105 millimeters, 800 to 1700 RPMs, plus or minus 10%. Excuse me, 56.51 CFMs of airflow, which is 121.93 CMHs, 0.971 to 2.03 millimeters of static pressure, and I really feel like this is underrated. I mean, when I did my hand test, it looked like it was a 3. It was pretty impressive. So I'm going to say that's wrong. Also, I'm going to say that this is wrong, but in the opposite direction. It is noisier than that. Plus, there's all the harmonic resonance. So if you're sensitive to noises like harmonic resonances, which are tones I've only ever noticed 2. There's a medium range pitch and there's a high range pitch. Most fans only have the medium. Every once in a while, I'll find a fan that has high. It's very, very rare to find the high range pitch. And also very, very rare is both in one fan, which is really weird because on some of the fans that have both, it alternates back and forth between them. Not like there are gaps between them, but it's just kind of weird. 51.5 centimeter fan cable, no daisy chaining or sleeving. Actually, it's a triple fan cable because you've got one for the fan, you got one for the fan control speed controller, and one for the light controller. But it all sucks power from that 3-pin DC connector. And this is twister bearings, 12 volts, 6 watts, and 0.5 amps. It does have indicators of direction of rotation and flow. Turns in a clockwise direction. Comes with 4 rubber pins as well as a 52 centimeter cable to the potentiometer that you can use for changing the speed. And also that has an adhesive pad you can use to mount that controller wherever you want it to be. I just ignored the potentiometer, actually. I just realized that now. Oh, crap. I guess I'll go back and just double check on the results. And if not, then you'll be seeing this after I add on the results. Anyways, 51 centimeter 11 mode cable for the 11 mode button with the adhesive pad. And then there's a 10.5 centimeter Molex D2 3-pin 2-wire plug. And I'm going to add a new category over here, actually. I'm not really sure what the heck happened with this, how that got over there, but I am going to add removable impeller. And for those of you, oh my gosh, I'm still sleepy, I guess. For those of you who don't know what I mean by that, that is the actual hub and blades of the fan. That's that's what we can call the impeller. So get back down to the bottom here. All right. So I'm going to mark that as a yes. I don't know about I'm going to have to check my other Enermaxes and stuff. I'll have to go through the whole thing and see if any of them other ones also have a removable impeller. But right now, that's the only one I know for sure. I don't remember the other ones. Some of them times fan manufacturers will mark it as waterproof. Which is just stupid. I'm pretty sure they don't actually mean that you can immerse the fan in water and it'll run. Most likely you'll, get an electric shock and die while you're holding it in the water. If it's plugged in, I mean. But yeah, you don't want to immerse fans in water unless you know for sure that it's rated. There's an actual rating on the marketing box, the retail box, that gives an IP and then a number indicating the waterproof rating or water resistant rating. So most of them will just mean that you can remove the impeller to clean it and then pop it back on there. And just make sure that the shaft is completely dry because you don't want to have water mixing with the oil in the bearing. That's very bad. Hello, thanks for watching my video, and I need to ask for your help. So my financial situation has become very uncertain with my employer and also with the workers' comp case I have from an injury I had at work last year in 2023, for which I'm currently suing the workers' comp company. I really don't know what's going to happen in the next few months, but if you can find it within your ability without screwing yourself up to help me out, you have two options. One of those is to just go to my channel, Glenn's Fast Reviews, and make a one-time donation there. Or if you would want to do a repeating donation, a monthly donation, you can go to patreon.com slash GLENNMII. That's G as in Glenn, LEN as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, no, not but I, right? And there are various choices for you to sign up for. If you cannot afford the lowest option that I have put up there, let me know, and I will put in a lower option that can work for other people. Also, I want to say thank you to my very first Patreon, Rudik from Australia, who has been very kind enough to support me and even said if I can't afford the postage to send the gifts that he has become eligible for, that's okay. I will certainly try to do that anyways, and it means a lot because not only did you choose to financially support me, but you've also been supportive in some comments on some of my videos, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if there are any questions, please put them in the comments, and you here or on Patreon, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't see comments right away because of the way YouTube works. And oh, by the way, thank you to Bleeping Computer, and it's the owner of Bleeping Computer, who goes by the name of Grindler online on his website, for allowing me to use his platform to promote my channel, the PC Expert Amateur, and I appreciate it very much. And if you need help with, say, malware or technical problems with your computer, the Bleeping Computer volunteers are a good bunch of people who have a great deal of knowledge about a lot of different kinds of problems with computers. And with there is a dedicated volunteer malware removal team there. Sorry. And we'll be happy to help you. And you can just go to bleepingcomputer.com and click on the forums. There's also lots of great news about cybersecurity, about hackers and stuff like that.